Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to draft a corset pattern with a curved asymmetric hemline. This design is unique because the hemline adds a stylish twist to the regular corset pattern. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. So I'll go ahead and mark out my chest line. In my previous video, I already showed you guys how to calculate your chest line. So I'll mark my shoulder to my bust point, my under bust, my half length and my blouse length. So I'll go ahead and rule it out. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and mark out my shoulder, divide it into two, mark it there and also mark it on my chest line. So I'll label it so that it will be easy to work with. Next thing is to mark out my neckline. I use 3 by 3 inches. Then I'll rule it out. So after I was done with that, I'll go ahead and slant my shoulder with 1 inch because our shoulder is not straight. So the next thing is to mark out my bust span measurement. I'll divide it by 2 and mark it on the bust point down to my full length blouse. Then I also divide my shoulder into 2. I'll now connect to my bust point. So after I've done with that, I'll go ahead and mark out my cup size. So I already showed you on my previous video too how to get your cup size and your cleavage. So how to measure it. So I'll mark out my cup size and my cleavage. Just put your tape under your under bust so how covered the person wants it. That's your cup size measurement. Then you also put your tape on your collarbone to how deep the person wants it, and that's your cleavage measurement. So I'll go ahead and mark out 1 inch on both sides on the under bust. Then on the upper part here, go ahead and tighten it with 1 inch on both sides. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and connect. And don't forget to always place your ruler correctly so that way you get a nice curve. So after doing that, on the left side of the hemline I use 0.75, then on the other side I use 1 inches. Then I go ahead and connect. You can also use 1 inch on both sides. So the next thing is to put out my measurement. So I'll divide my bust into 4 and mark. See, from that point there I'll replace whatever I have there because I'll be cutting it out, so we don't get shortage after cutting. So divide my waist measurement into 4, mark it on the half length. Are you seeing? So measure out what you have there. So we have 2 inches, so I'll replace it back because we'll be cutting that place out. Then on my hip line, that's my full length blouse, that's I'll be marking out my hip line. I'll go ahead and do the same thing, divide my hip into 4, then replace whatever I have on that point back. So I went ahead to connect my point like this. So I mark out this line so that you see it clearly. So the next thing I did was to connect my armhole. So before doing that, I divide whatever I have there into 2. Are you seeing? Then I go in by 0.5, that's half an inch. Then I'll connect. So I like marking out my bust measurement before connecting this armhole. So that way I'll just connect my armhole straight to my bust measurement. So from that bust point I will now come down. So remember, you can come, that's the difference between your front and your back measurement. So for this person, ours is 1.5, that is 1.5 inches. So I'll mark it, then slant it like this. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and contour this lace because if you cut it exactly like this, after sewing it will not be equal. So there is what I did. So I'll fold it. I'll notice that it wasn't the same again. I'll go ahead and connect it back like you see me doing. Are you seeing? So that's it. So after doing that, the next thing I'll do is to tighten my yoke. So that way, once you fix your yoke, it will be looking nice. so it will not be having that fold you usually have. So I'll go ahead and use 0.75 on both sides, then I'll connect it back to my shoulder. So after I'm done with this, next thing is to mark out our corset. So from this point here, I'll be using 0.75 because the client is not that bust. I'll be using 0.75. Then from the bust point, I'll go in by 1.5. I see. Then I noticed it wasn't giving me what I want. I went ahead and reconnected it. So you go ahead and connect like this. I see from that point to your underbust. So you do the same thing on the other side too. So I use marker so that you can see it clearly. I like using pencil first before the marker so that I will not make mistake. So the next thing is for us to connect our neckline. So for this neckline, you can work with any neckline that you want. So I'll be working with a Queen Anne neckline. So I'll now connect it. This is how wide I want it. I'll now connect it like this. So remember that we did tightening. So once we close it, we connect it back. So I just cut out this part so that it will be easy for me to do what I want to do. So that's why I'm cutting it out. So see what I'll do with it. So the next thing I'll do now is to mark out our curve hemline. So for this curve hemline, you can work with whatever you want, any design you want, any style you have in mind. So for this person now, you see, I just went up by 2.5 inches, then I will just connect. Then I also just do the same thing on the other side too. So you can just work with anything, any design that you want. You can still make yours to go up more than this. You can use 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, depending on what you're working on. So don't forget to always close up your dart. Are you seeing? So that way you make sure that what you're working on, you get the same curve hemline after you're done cutting. So for this part, you do a lot of cleaning and drawing so that you'll be able to get your desired shape. So like you're seeing me do. So that's it for this part. So on this part, I just went up by 0.5, then I'll reconnect. So that way, after joining, because of the style I'm working on, it will not come out like after joining. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So you don't have excess fabric coming out under your blouse. So the next thing I'll do is to go ahead and close up my bust dart. So are you seeing? So once you close it up, you notice that the two lines are not matching. So I'll now go ahead and reconnect. Then I'll now close it back. Also do the same thing for the other line. So I'll go ahead and cut out our excess paper. Then after doing that, I'll now go ahead and cut out the patterns. So just watch. You see the lines that I'm cutting. Make sure you follow the same while cutting yours. So the next thing is to also close up our yoke. So that part that we tighten, now using, you close it up, then reconnect our neckline. So that's it. So these are queen and neckline. I'll now reconnect it. So I'll now cut it out. Then make sure you use your masking tape to close it up. You can use your tape, or if you have a water gun, you can also use it. I'll now cut it out. So that's it. This is the front part after you're done drafting and cutting. So the next will be our back pattern. So for our back part, before marking out your waistline and your full length, whatever you use for your bust point, the part that will close up in front, make sure you minus it or remove it from your half length measurement before marking. Same thing as your full length. For example, if your half length is 16 and you're using a bust dart of 1.5, after removing your 1.5, you know that it will no longer be 16 again, it will now be 14 and half. Sure you understand? So that's how it will be. So you also do the same thing for your full length. So I went ahead to mark out my chest line, my half length, my full length, then my zip allowance. Because this corset will be having a zip. So I went ahead and connect my shoulder, then slant my shoulder with 1 inch. So that's it. So I go ahead and mark my bust span measurement, divide it into two, mark it on my chest line, my half length, and on my blouse length. So since your dart will be starting from your chest line, then you go up by 2 inch on from your hip line. Like you see, then I'll connect it like this. So after I was done connecting, so go ahead and mark out my body measurement, divide my bust into 4 and connect. Then my waist measurement, divide by 4 and connect. I'll go ahead and replace the dart. Then I also mark my hip measurements on my blouse length. So I'll now connect. So on that waistline, I'll go in using by 0.5 inches. So we'll eliminate our zip bulge. So I'll go ahead and connect from that point to my neckline using, then from that half length to my full length blouse. Then make sure you replace it, whatever you are. Since we'll be cutting that part out, I'll go ahead and return whatever I removed there back to my waistline, then reconnect. I'll divide my armhole into two, going by half inch and connect back to my bust. So for the back part, there will be an opening at the back, so I'll just go up, I see, from the chest line by 2 inch or 1.5 depending on how you want it. Then I'll connect it to my mid armhole. That's how the person wants it. So you now connect. So I'll now go ahead and connect my dart leg back to that point. So there will be loop, or you can add button on that part here. So this place will cut it out. So that's it for the back part. But before then, the back you can decide to leave it straight or still give it that curved line. So I don't want it too much, so I'll just go up by 1.5, then I'll connect like so. So remember, yours can be more than this. So this is what the person, well, this is what my clients wanted. So I'll go ahead and connect back like this, then I'll cut out. If you have watched to this point, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. Kindly do well to subscribe and share this video, and don't forget to leave a comment.